Okay, let me make sure we're all going here. Y'all let me know how the sound is. I've got a new microphone here. And we're going to try that. We're going to try this out today. Hopefully it doesn't sound... I'm just speaking in a normal voice, so it shouldn't be too terribly loud. Just let me know. I'm just now getting in here to see who's all in here. There's Lind, Matthew's in here, Mir's in here, Wavy Boy TJ's in here, Inzer, baby, it's all in here. What's going on? 12 watching. Wow. PDHD's in here. 1K Tez is in here. Bryce is in here. Dalton's in here. Wow. Thanks, guys, for joining in here. 12 people here at the start. We've got an exciting stream here for you today. We're going to let everybody kind of get in here first. The notifications start to go out. We've got some giveaways here today, and I'm pretty excited about. So it's going well. Mr. Funny's in here. I like Mr. Funny. I like that name. How am I doing? I'm doing good. It's really going really well. It's been a long day, and I'd say it's been a pretty good day. Amber's looking at me like, yeah, whatever. You've been annoying all day. I really wasn't feeling that great earlier. I was kind of falling asleep.
That's why you said it was a long day. I was like, you slept.
Yeah.
I feel
I don't know. I went fishing earlier.
you did.
Chris says, hey, Amber.
Hey.
Amber's over here. She'll be tuning in and out of the live stream, as she always does. And, we'll kind of get everything rolling here in just a little bit. Bryce Gamble's got a question. You guys are always welcome to leave your questions in here at the start. And so before we really get too far into this, but Bryce has a question that says, what is a good size for a D lineman? I'm 5'10", 240, about to be a sophomore. As far as high school, that's a good size to be at. For like what we do, you'd be like an interior guy for us. It just kind of depends at what level you're at. Almighty Supreme's in here. Mathis is in here. All right. We've got a lot of you guys in here. We want to go ahead and kind of talk to you about everything that is going to happen today. We have 3 giveaways that we're going to do today. And the way the giveaway process works, before I get into that, I got to know about this snowball thing that I've bought here, this microphone. Let's see. I got to know how this sounds. Ooh, that sounds crisp. Mm-hmm. You hear that? Ooh, that sounds crisp. Mm-hmm. You hear that? I love it. Okay. So that's awesome. I'm glad that's working. I literally just plugged it into the iPad. It's cool. I don't know where that crisp came from. I don't know what. It sounded good. Yeah, it sounded clean. It sounded clean. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to tell you guys how to enter the giveaway. And then you guys can go do that, and we'll talk about some different things. We have 2 processes of how this works. First of all, the overlying process is you need to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. However you got here today, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. There are 21 people in here, and we would hope that every person in here gets entered into the live stream. And so what happens with this, we have a giveaway system that works. Basically, you're going to go look at my community tab on my channel. Okay. And you can click on the Mr. Football icon down there, and you'll get to that. And what'll end up happening is you'll see community. All right. There'll be a community post that says, and this might have been how you got here. Some of you have already filled this out as of right now. And it tells you the details of the giveaway live stream. It shows you one of the things that we're giving away tonight, the Nike bicep bands. Somebody mentioned these last time in the live stream, so I picked some of them up. They're not the real skinny ones, but they're bicep bands in general, and these are really nice from Nike. So we went ahead and got some of those for you guys to give away. But it details everything there. But what you need to do on that community post is you need to leave, you need to basically leave a comment on that saying what your Instagram name is. All right. Then once you've done that, you need to immediately go to Instagram. All right. Do the same thing you did there, but direct message me. So leave me a DM and say, this is my YouTube channel. All right. And then what you're looking for is a confirmation to when you know that you're entered in the giveaway and your name's going to be called. You're looking for you're looking for a thumbs up on Instagram. Okay, we've always done that. You're looking for the thumbs up on Instagram. That's going to be coming from Amber. And then on the YouTube community post, it has a photo of one of my footballs. It's got a picture of some books, and it's got those wristbands there. What you're going to be looking for there is a heart comment. So basically, like, I can do this right now real quick. I'm going to go into the publish. I know you guys can't see this, but I'm just talking you through this while you do it. Like, the first one in there was Say Charles, and I'm going to go ahead and heart his comment. And he's good. All right. And so that ought to tell me that, like, okay, I'm going to be looking out for Say Charles here in the live stream. Okay. So that's kind of how that works. Like, it's different. We've had people scam us before. So, you know, we're not gonna go through that again. So that's why we go through several things and kind of background checking you almost to make sure that you are the right person. Okay. Okay. So, Damon Vlogs asks, "What are you giving away?" The only thing that's been let out of the bag so far is the bicep bands. Everything else is a secret. I know of one thing that's of a secret right now, and then the other one you'll recognize from another time. T-Man26 says, "Hey, I'm on Xbox. Don't have access to the Instagram." So, okay. If you can't get on for some reason, like that brings up a good point. Like, if Instagram's not your thing and you don't have one, first of all, it's easy to make an Instagram account just for this. But we also open up Discord, okay? And our Discord link is in the link of in this live stream. You will find our Discord. Our Discord's been blowing up here lately. All right, man, we got people on there talking football, showing off their helmets and stuff. I'm not sure how y'all got your helmets unless those are ones you've bought. But that's interesting. So I always love to see that gear stuff. It's always so cool. We've got a lot of communication. Since we've pretty much started up the live stream giveaways again, our Discord page has really been popping off. So, like, guys, I would encourage you to go on there and, tell us, show us your football gear. I mean, we do a lot of that. And then the other thing that I do on Discord that I don't do anywhere else is, like, I see some guys that are online. I'll drop some subtle hints. Like the other day, I asked for their opinion on what we should give away. And so their opinion, some guys that were in there talking, I went out and bought something off what they said. So that's kind of how that works. So Damon Vlogs also had, what's the best gear for 11-year-old quarterback? Well, it just kind of depends on, what you really need, and I would focus, for someone that's 11 years old, I would think that you probably just need to get some of the basics, as far as extra gear that I talk about in some of my videos. I think like the utmost thing at that age might be getting a rib protector, and I've got rib protectors for sale, in my Sideline Swap store. So I'll tell you all about the Sideline Swap specials that I have on there this week. I haven't really added much lately. Cat in the house, I guess Butters is walking around somewhere, I'm sure. my Instagram name, if you need to know, is just Mr. Football Coach. It's not Mr. Football, so Mr. Football Coach is the full name that you can find me at, and it's linked down here in the description. You can just type in Mr. Football Coach, all one word, on the search bar, and you'll find me. But yeah, go do all that stuff, and we'll get back to you. Amber's in here. She's over here working at this table. I've got my desk here. This is our office. We've recently redone some things, and here probably within the next day, I'm gonna start filming new videos in my new location over here, where I've got some football stuff set up, and just kind of made it my own. Hopefully, we can get a lot of good use out of this because we worked pretty hard to make all this work. So that's what we're excited about here. Let's see who else is joining us in here that's commenting. We have Plain Honey. He says, hello, sir. How are you guys? Or how are you doing, Plain Honey? HMC Games. What's the best cleats for pocket quarterback? I always liked the Under Armour highlight cleats. That's just like a personal opinion. I'm not a pocket quarterback by any means. I did play a little quarterback here in my flag 5-on-5 league during our last game. Completed 2 of 3, so I don't know. Did a little scramble, not much. It was no, it's we literally okay. What was funny about that whole thing was like, so you're supposed to have when we play in this 5-on-5 league, you're supposed to have 5 players. All right, well we didn't have 5, we had 4, and we played with 4 before. Earlier in the year and got beat. And actually we're, fairly competitive with 4. And there's, funny stories out there about what happened to one of our players and stuff. And then the very last game is in a playoff game, first round. You can see, well, you can't see the video footage of anything that last game, but we do the Mr. Football Plays Flag Football series on here. And what we did was, we had one guy like hurt his hamstring, so like he couldn't hardly run routes. So usually I had to snap the ball, run routes, and then it was just like, and it was basically we were playing with 3 because we had 4. The other team played with 4 as well because they're nice and they end up matching it. I mean there was a when I played flag football in college, and this is I don't know many years ago. I don't know. And like I used to do vlogs about those too. It's crazy how all that stuff ended up working. But what ended up happening too was like we played a team with only 5. We got to keep 7 on the field, but they still won. That was how bad we were. So, Deshaun Holmes, hey coach, how are you doing, Deshaun? Hope everybody's doing well. 24 people, let's go. All right, let's get it to 30. If we get it to 30. I don't know what I'll do. I should have thought this through. Maybe I'll have something else to give away. If we get it to 30, I'll throw something else in there, and I'll have to go in there and dig it out. But it'll probably be worth it. All right, because it needs to go to a good home. Okay. Let's see. Mr. Funny says I'm going to be a senior next year and have no offers. Last year, broke my leg, play right guard. Should I reach out to schools or let them come to me? 6 foot, 235, bench 280. I may have some contacts for you just because I saw this the other day. And I don't know where the school was at. I don't know how close it is to you. But they were. Let me try. Let me help you out here and see if I can find. And like I said, like y'all can add your details, I guess, and we can talk about that stuff. Let me see if I can remember how to sign in to Twitter here because I follow a lot of coaches on Twitter, and occasionally you'll see I'll see some stuff on like college coaches that'll share like, hey, they're looking for these certain positions. Usually it's like a D3 school that's like really hurting for people. So I'm gonna have to like really think about where I saw that. And I got to really think about it. I can't remember what college it was, to be honest, but I'm going to try to figure that out for you. I'm going to try to think about who that was. It's so hard to navigate Twitter on the... let's see. Okay, I keep thinking like maybe, let's see. Okay, so they need, okay, so this school that I know this, so Dodge City Community College, they're a JUCO. Dodge City Community College, they're out in Kansas. I've got some tie to their head coach, and they're looking for long snappers, so you could direct message him. Okay, so wanting to stay in Florida. I don't know about Florida. Let me look. But I know he had that one. I know there were some other ones too. Because I'm trying to remember where. I got to think about where I saw it. So, anyway, let me see. I may actually have a. I've got a guy in Florida. Let me see if he retweets a lot of stuff. But let me see if I can find his post about it. Maybe. Do you know how to... I know there's a search bar, but like I don't know what I'm searching for. I'm just trying to remember where I saw it. So I'm just trying to figure out if I can turn off his replies or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to get back to it in a little bit. But anyway. Yeah, I'll look for it later. If you stay on, I'll try to find it because I may have to have my phone for it. But okay, so okay, so here we go. Let's talk about a few things before we do our first thing here. And so what we are going to do. First of all, is I want to tell you guys about our Patreon. Our Patreon account has went through just a little bit of an overhaul as far as what we do. We used to do some different things on Patreon. We really haven't had a whole lot of. Excuse me. We haven't really had a whole lot of. We've had some different things with that. It never really seemed to take off just because I know that money is not always something that people just have lying around. I mean, my money's locked up and, I really don't ever touch it for certain things. But what I'm basically getting to is like, if you want to, pay a little bit to support me and support this channel, like that's kind of what it's about. And like, we've got it set up to where it's pretty affordable in some regard. You've basically got to have, a debit card or a credit card that, you can, charge it to. I'm not sure how anything else works other than, just a card that's entered. But basically what Patreon does and what I've allowed Patreon to let us have here, not Patreon let us have, but what I set it up was that $1 a month would get you a week early access to my YouTube videos. So right now, if you went to Patreon today and became a patron, you would get a week early access. You could already see the videos that are coming out on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. So that is, only thing you can get from Patreon. Nothing like Discord doesn't have that. Like I might drop subtle hints in Discord, but like, yeah, it's not really much there. But that's $1 a month. And then there's also what you're also going to get from that is that at the end of my videos, when I start getting patrons rolling in there, like you're going to be listed at the end of my video. All right, after every video for as long as you're a Patreon. All right, you see that sometimes on people's YouTube videos. There'll also be some exclusive vlogs. There'll be some exclusive things that might just be for you. I'm not going to guarantee those in some way because I have to, worry about the channels on this, worry about the videos on this channel first. But that's going to give it week early access. There's also a $5 tier if you wanted that. It's going to include. It's just called my resource center. It's going to have workout plans, meal plans, football drills. The football drills are being worked on right now because what I'd really like to do is include some stuff that you can do at home while we're not in football. And then there's PDF resources as well. And then the $10 a month is the biggest one we have right now. And this is for patrons that want to have a say in the content we create. So I'm going to be asking for opinions. Those opinions that you leave on there are going to be, you've got to be realistic with me. I've got to be realistic with you. Like, I mean, as much as you'd want me to see me give away a Riddell Speedflex, it's probably not happening. Okay. I've been kind of against helmet giveaways for a long time. That's just not something we really do, but like, it's also kind of goes into the, things we ask on this. But I think and if you do the $10 or the $5, you still get access to all the videos, just like before. So we used to do subscription boxes on there, but those really never took off. So that's not something that we're going to really worry about. Okay. All right. Mira says the Jordan sticker came in today. That's good because that's a great segue because that's the first thing we're giving away is we have another Jordan sticker that we're giving away. And it's in here, so I'm going to step in the closet right quick and grab that. I'm going to show everybody what it is. Amber, are you ready to pick somebody?
This is your last chance to comment on the community post.
Okay. So if you want in, this is the time. Okay. So it's a black Jordan sticker with the white trim around it. Pretty nice. We gave one of these last time. Mir there in the chat, he was the recipient of this. One thing that we should also note before we really get too far into this is if this is really for people that live in the 48 states. It's extremely hard. It's extremely pricey to ship things out of the United States. And that's a problem all in itself because I know I have plenty of viewers in Canada and other parts around the world, and I apologize. But, that's just kind of part of it, and I'm sorry. But, when we start making more revenue on the channel, like we'll open it up. But, right now it's kind of hard, okay? And when I'm not in football season, like, we're not really making anything. Okay. Cash Money Row. I have a question. I'm a senior. Haven't played football since freshman year. Is it still possible to get an offer? Oh, yeah. You could still get an offer. There's been plenty of scenarios where college guys have done that. And so forth. Slot Receiver HD says it won't let me press the YouTube link and comment on the community post. Why is that? Did you ever figure that one out?
I think some people's devices just don't work with this chat link.
Okay.
But, you can click the community tab.
Yeah.
If they don't know how to get there.
Yeah, Slot Receiver HD, you may need to just get out of the video and just go find it. There
you go. Good job.
Okay. Caleb Busby says, is there a preferred walk-on offer worth going into debt to play football? I don't think so. I really don't think it's worth going into debt. The only thing that you could probably count on for going into debt, is that you're going into debt because you love the game that much. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't think I would go into debt to play football. And I can be real honest with you guys. Like when I played football in college, I was a walk-on and didn't get paid for it at all. And there was a lot of guys like me, but they needed players. They needed, they needed things, and so they were willing to take people in. And it was at a small D2 college, and we fielded, I think, about 120 guys during a season. And so, I just don't think like going to a school, if you're gonna prefer to walk on, you'd almost want to do it like a public education school where you're not having to pay all the fees, because private schools, like just as an example, like, all right, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a private school. All right, I'm pretty sure Notre Dame's private. I could be exactly. That was the first thing that came up. Let me make sure. No, that's Notre Dame High School. I know. Let's see. So I just give you an example. I don't want to be wrong on this. And some of you guys may know. Is Notre Dame private school? Yeah, it's private. So there's no telling how much it costs to go to Notre Dame, just as an example, but it wouldn't be worth going in debt for. So it just depends. Like, you got to consider, like, are you willing to put your life on you really got to think of it this way. And it's not the same with saying putting your life out there, but like you're literally putting your body in harm's way, and you're not getting paid to go to that school to play football. So in some regard, and so it's hard. All right. Around the crease. Sorry, I'm late. You haven't missed anything. You just need to jump on there and get in there. So, but Cash Money Row, I think your question's good. I think that's still possible to get an offer. Okay, have I answered most questions? Sorry, I missed out on some of you guys. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with the first giveaway, and then we'll kind of roll through the rest of these. I'm excited for these tonight. So we have the Jordan sticker as once again. This is the last one, so no more Jordan stickers after this unless I find some more. But all right. Do we need to go through? Do you want to go through numbers, or we're not doing that? You're just going to give me a name.
I think that's silly.
Okay. I like the suspense of it, but anyway, go ahead and give me one.
All right, number 8. It is Jason Perez.
Jason Perez.
Yes, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
I think I've seen that earlier. Yeah. Jason Perez, are you here? He was here earlier. Yeah, we were. Slot receiver HD got to work. No all the thanks to Amber. Well, I'm glad I could help some of you guys out as much as I can. I mean, I've been doing. Yes, this is for the sticker. I'm glad to help you guys out in any way we can here. Because, I wish I would have had this kind of help back in the day, to be honest. But, when I was in high school playing ball, I wasn't, I didn't have Mr. Football to, help me out here. Axel, best cleats for O-line. Personally, I like the Nike Savage cleats, like the Savage Elite cleats. There's a couple of lineman styles of that one. I don't know. I'm probably not saying that one right, but the Savage Elites that were out a few years ago were really good sets. Those I think are good for O-line. We got another one. All right, 30 seconds. Okay. So we're looking for Jason Perez. Hoping he pops up here. Oh, y'all see Butters just jump out there? That's our cat Butters. He's right here. Yeah, that's him. Okay.
Almighty Supreme.
Almighty Supreme. Is Almighty Supreme here? We didn't get to 30, so I don't know if we're going to make that. I don't know if we're going to peak. I think we may have already peaked in our... Almighty Supreme. I did see him. The crazy thing is like usually
part of winning is they
yeah,
have to stay.
I know, and that's in the thing we talked about. You know, you've got to stay. You know, we've rolled through many names before. I think one time we had crazy amounts of people in here, and all right, so I mean, maybe they're just staying quiet because they don't want the sticker, but I'd hate to blow your chances because yeah, I don't know.
Okay, next one.
I mean, you're okay. Let's just be real for a second. Let's hold off on the third one just for a second. Let me just go ahead and pick a third one.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. You can stack these, okay? You can stack the sticker. So I mean, there's just a good chance, like you're not gonna be out if you're worried about winning this. All right. So you can stack these. Go ahead and give me a third one. Who's that?
It is Say Charles.
Say Charles. Where are you at? Oh, Supreme's here.
Oh.
No?
He can. It's up to you.
You're the judge.
He's here. Let him have it.
All right. Almighty Supreme. He's here. Claiming. Circling. Got it. All right. Good job. All right. Let's roll into the next one. Let's go ahead and do it again. Why not? Let's go. All right, so the next thing that we're giving away. Yeah, we almost missed out on you. So hopefully you commented after we said, you can stack these. So if Almighty Supreme, if you were to get picked again, like we'll just ship all your stuff together. Like it's not a big deal. And all these things, and it really doesn't, it's random the way that she's selecting it. So she's going through a comment randomizer, and it's just picking someone's random comment. So she's got that on her end. The next thing that we're going to give away, we're going to go ahead and roll into our second giveaway of the night, since that's kind of a small one. And what we're going to do is we're going to give away the Nike bicep bands. Now, we've given away a lot of these on the channel before. What do you guys like better? Do you like black or white? Like, tell me which ones, because we'll give these away again another time. What color you like? That's basically like all I've got at my store, and so we'll both. Yeah, I think these are interesting. They're neat. Okay, so we'll do black as our next color. Like we'll kind of alternate it when we have it. What is it?
Your chat just looked different than mine.
Oh, huh. Depends on the uniform. Yeah, that does matter too. All right, so we've got the bicep bands. They're gonna go out to a lucky winner. These are nice. Who is our next winner there, Amber? 17 people watching. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Make sure to leave a like on this video so more people can see this.
Okay, I want everyone to know I did this twice.
Okay.
Because I wanted to make sure everyone got refreshed and got a shot at the second time.
Awesome.
It is still Say Charles.
Say Charles, okay.
You lucked out and got hit twice.
All right. Well, that does happen. Say Charles. I think you guys will be excited for the last thing we're giving away. It's funny. It's like it's flagging all of Chris DeGeneral's posts. I guess thinks he's spam, but I guess it's like I don't know how. It's funny how YouTube works. But yeah, we'll do some more of those, and eventually we'll get some of the skinny ones to give away too. I love that our cats are they just run all over.
I know.
I just ignore them. Say Charles, we're looking for you. Where are you? Yeah, it's just the cats are just running around doing whatever they want. Uh, I think the sound is really well. I wanna listen to my sound right quick. I think the sound is really well. I wanna Oh wow. Okay. I picked up this new microphone over here, and it's been doing wonders. Makes me get ready for wanting to do some videos for you guys. So this makes me excited. Um, okay. So this is the last call for Say Charles for the Nike white bicep bands. All right. 15 people watching. Thank you guys for leaving your likes on there. That's awesome. That's 13. I mean, I can honestly say, like, I don't think I've ever won any YouTube giveaways. Like, I've entered in several, but never won any. The only giveaway that I've ever really won was, I entered a thing for Under Armour a long time ago and won third prize. So that was cool back in the day. Um, there's plenty of times, like, guys, if you stick around in these things, like, we're gonna be doing live streams, over the next several weeks. So you're gonna have plenty of opportunities to win. You just gotta come in and sit in the live stream. You can be sitting there doing whatever and just be listening in. You could be playing Call of Duty right now or Madden or whatever you want to do. For me, it's going to be playing Breath of the Wild on the Switch later. Amber will like that.
HMC Games.
HMC Games is our next winner. HMC Games. Are you here? Yeah, Mir, you had a good first run at this. First giveaway you win was the back plate. I've had some people win multiple big items before, not like in the same stream, but like over the same season. HMC Games, we got him. All right. I hope that wasn't loud. Loud clapping. I know you hate clapping. Yeah, I'm just excited we got a winner. I'm just excited. Okay. All right. Matthew Del Toro says, yo. All right. Thank you, as always, to everybody being congratulatory of all of our winners, and so forth. So we're gonna have about 10 minutes before we do the very last, the last thing we're giving away, and so I'm gonna go over it one more time for those of you that are just jumping in here. My wife is leaving. It'll say Mr. Football, but she's posting in here, and she's giving us some things here to look at. You're going to comment here, which you're going to go click on that link that she just left the comment on. And you're going to go through and you're going to post with your Instagram handle, whatever that is. And then you're going to need to message me after you do that on Instagram and give me a YouTube name that you go by on here. And then we will, cross-reference those, give you the thumbs up on Instagram, give you the heart emoji, or we'll actually love your comment, I guess that's what it's called. And then you'll be entered, and that's how you know. Okay? So just to kind of briefly put this, you will have to go away from the live stream, to enter the giveaway. And so what you simply do is you may have to, click on my channel icon if her link doesn't post up down here. Hers is, like, actually the way I see it right now is the most recent one. Like, it says Mr. Football. It says comment here. And you will, click on that. Enter, there'll be a post, and it's going to have the bicep bands that we just gave away in that post. And you'll see some guys that have left comments down there on that post. And you will, just leave that Instagram name down there. And then immediately go to Instagram. And then, it may take you just a minute to show up on our end. That always seems to happen for some reason. I don't know if they're just like trying to filter, all of our direct messages out or whatever. But all you have to do is just say, this is my YouTube name on Instagram. You just cross-reference both of them. We find that that's the person. We call out your YouTube name because that's what we can see and that's what we're taking down. That's kind of how it's going to work for the last this last one. So The last giveaway, okay, is on a mouth guard. I asked you guys once again, if you guys join our Discord, I go in there and I talk about what I want to give away. Right now, I really haven't been anywhere significant to get any good giveaway items. And you might say, well, Mr. Football, you could just order something online. Well, yeah, that's cool and all, but I've not really got into that yet. We'll do some. I mean, I've got some big videos planned for you guys as far as like some gear and stuff we're going to give away throughout the year. If you don't have Discord, that's not a big deal. It's just kind of an extra luxury, that we offer. But Instagram kind of is the same way. Instagram basically just kind of lets you get in touch with me. I apologize if I'm ever late on there as far as answering your questions. I just, sometimes Instagram's like the last thing that I usually check, unfortunately. And so another thing that, let me see. Mir says, "Are you gonna know when you're gonna have a restock on cleats?" Well, I'm not a store, but I've got some cleats, but they're all size 14. I mean, they're my size. I might have a size 13 or so. But yeah, I don't really have I don't have many cleats unless I had some that were, not my size that would work for you. But I don't have that stuff as much. I've got a lot of like youth shoulder pads and stuff. I've got several. I've got a couple back plates that need to sell on our sideline swap page. I really want to sell them. I really don't want to give them away to you guys. Unfortunately, that's not a bad thing. But like I'm trying to make a little money because I'm trying to sell some of the crap that's in my garage out there that I've got to clean up. I do have padded arm sleeves. I do have some. I've just sold them. I've sold so many, and that's just kind of how it's. I don't know. Like it's really hard to sell those shoulder pads, and I've sold a lot of the really good ones, but I've still got some that are good. And what I've done is I've packaged them with like back plates. I've packaged them with rib protectors and stuff. So there's all kinds of things. But yeah, that's kind of where we're going. So I've got a lot of stuff to still. I've got a lot of gear that's got to get sold on Sideline Swap. And if you go on Sideline Swap and say like, hey, I've been in your like I follow you on YouTube or something, or even just saying you've seen my YouTube videos, like I'll give you a discount on there. Like I mean I'll have around the crease says Notre Dame shoulder pads have my name written on them. Well, they might, but they're just not for sale right now. Okay. I'm going to say we got about 5 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and give away the last thing that we have to give away tonight. We did not reach our goal of 30 people in the live stream. And what we did was we were going to have like an extra thing to give away tonight, but we'll save that for another time. The mouth guard is interesting. Okay. It's different. You've probably seen this one before. It's not anything new or really revolutionary, but it is Shock Doctor. So I will say that. Someone on Discord, and you might be in here right now inside the chat, but someone said we should do Shock Doctor. And I don't remember who it was, but anyway, here it is. So this was one I feel like that came out about 2 years ago because it's got 2018. So I don't remember. It's the POW mouth guard. There it is. Kind of interesting. This one was still around in my store, and I just thought, yeah, it's a good one. I was gonna go for battle, but I decided to go for this one. So that one's kind of different. So this is I like it. It's kind of like a comic book style. It just very neat looking. I thought I was going to find some of the old Picasso mouth guards because my store had those on sale for a while. They might have just got bought up, so I don't know. It does come with a blue tether for your mouth guard there. It matches the inside of it because I like it because it's got the blue accent as far as like the part you bite on there. It just really blends well. I mean, it looks good. I seen kids with it a few years ago, and it was a sweet mouth guard. So nothing really thing crazy flashy. I mean, I know some of the stuff gets kind of wild at some point, but like this one's, I mean, pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I probably wouldn't use it, but like that's why I'm giving it to you guys. 'Cause I think you guys would think it's really interesting. I mean, I thought it was cool. I was like, there was another one. I'll probably end up going back and picking up another one of these to give away in another live stream. Like it might be next week when we do that. But I'm Wonder Woman mouth guard. Yeah, it's cool. You see this? It's like comic book style. Pow! Like you imagine like the old Batman, Superman TV show. Like I'm talking about the old stuff. Like that's.
I think of the newspaper comics.
You think of newspaper comics? Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's even got like the little black dots.
Yeah, because it's screen printed.
Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, it's neat. Works with braces too. So, if camps are open, I'd definitely use that. Yeah, it'd be good to know. I don't know. I hope we get to that point where we can do that kind of stuff. So, Around the Crease says, not working on the truck, but now I want to watch. I love that. Okay, so we've got 15 people in here. I'm glad that you guys like this. I'm glad. I didn't know how well this one would go over, to be honest with you. I'm glad you guys like it. At retail back then, this one went for $16.99. So I mean, it's one of like Shock Doctor always kind of has like an entry level mouth guard, usually for about $13. And I always think of like in the battle mouth guards when you get the Predator, like there's nothing really anything different. But when you start adding more designs on there, they jack the price up on it, so it goes to like $16, $17, and then you start getting some crazy stuff. You get the chrome stuff, it gets on there, and you're starting to pay over $20 for a mouth guard. It gets a little crazy after that. But yeah, this one, the Shock Doctor one, this one was actually on sale, and it was definitely half the price of what it originally was, which was a good buy. So I always encourage guys, like, if you don't win this, like, this is out there. Like, you can find this. Like, this is cheap out there. Like, we're not giving away anything that's extremely crazy, extremely pricey. I just feel like that kind of stuff is better for us in that regard. So, okay. We have 17 people, and I think it's a good time to go ahead and give away our final thing tonight. I just want to... Oh, man. The myth, the legend, Gary. Gary Smith, y'all.
Yours updates about 10 seconds faster than mine.
I don't know. Maybe it's... I don't know how that's worked.
What's he smiling about?
Who is Gary? All right. So, Gary is... Y'all have no idea. But Gary is actually my best friend from high school. I have no idea how he even had... I can just see his face right now. That's all I know. He just said, "You're such a cutie pie." And I saw that pop up, and I was like, who the crap is telling me that? That's weird. So, yeah. Wow.
I love it.
I'm starstruck, man. Legend. So, there's so many things. Like, if Gary says anything in here, he just said NUD, which simply just is a inside joke. But it just means he's just saying, no, you don't. So we just have, we've gone back for many years and I don't think Gary's ever made an appearance on the channel, but this actually is his first appearance. So in 9 years of YouTube. So we just want to thank, BFFs forever, man. Got me distracted. Who's our giveaway winner? So we can go ahead.
1K Tez.
1K Tez. 1K Tez, are you here? Yeah, that's him. Yeah, me and Gary, we go way back. We go back to, playing in high school. it was always fun because we were always we were competitors in a lot of ways, and you know, we first got to know each other in the weight room like in the 7th grade, I think. So that was kind of how it all got started, and built friendship off that. I'm sure you guys have many friends. Uh, let's actually pronounce legend, legend Gary. Oh man, what was funny was I actually let's say, so we got 1 minute on Tez's giveaway here. Um, but yeah.
Okay, I'm about to go off on your comment section.
Okay.
Tell them to read the comments.
All right, look.
It's 2 comments above where he asked.
I know.
How do I enter the giveaway?
Guys, you got to look at the stream. Like, I mean, it's right there.
The moderator's gonna lose it.
She's you know, we're just gonna, like, if you're not gonna look at the chat, we're just gonna ignore you. I'm sorry. Like, we've pretty much lined up. So you guys that have come in here late, like, you'll have to join in next. We're gonna be same time, same place. So 1K Tez is here. He's one of the Shock Doctor Pow mouth guard, and we've got that. So yeah, guys, we'll be back next week. So don't get down about it. Amber will go nuts on you. I mean, luckily we haven't had to use the GOAT moderator, and let him decide who, lives out here or not. So she's doing a great job handling all of it. But everything. So yeah, we just I want to thank everybody for being in here tonight. The stream's not over. So, we've got, we'll stream for just a little bit longer, but we've got everybody in here that's won tonight, and those were the 3 giveaway things. We still got, people, the stream starts to go down now as less and less people start watching here, but that's how it works. We give away stuff, and then we're, that's how it is. So we just want to say thank you to everybody for watching tonight and supporting the channel in this way. We had 20 likes on the video. That was awesome. I'd really like to see how many people we got in here, because usually we have a good amount of people left.
You have 12.
Do you tell football stories here? We can. I usually stay away from like talking about like our hometown and stuff like that, just because of like. And I've got kids that go to the school and they know who I am, because it's crazy how that even happened. But yeah, we quick as a cat story. So let me tell the quick as a cat story. Okay, so this is a very iconic story between me and Gary, because we always use this term quick as a cat, and I've used this term in coaching a lot to describe a type of player that's quick as a cat. Okay, so imagine your normal household cat. Okay, well, that's Gary. Okay, and the bottom line is, and I'm getting off topic with the story, but one of our coaches, he was our track coach, defensive coordinator. He was talking about the upcoming. We were seniors, we were juniors at the time. We were in that transitional period where you're basically the top dogs on the football team, going into the next school year. And so what happened was, we were out there, we were running sprints or something from what I could remember. And, our coach was naming off, he was giving us a lot of praise and stuff, and was saying, this player was going to be great. This player was going to do this. And then he looks at Gary and he says, and Gary's quick as a cat. And then what's funny about that, and you don't really think of it. I don't remember laughing about it, really. I just remember him saying that. And then practice is over. We walk into the locker room and, sit down at the locker. And Gary always had a locker right beside mine. And he looks at me and goes, "Hey, did you hear that? I'm quick as a cat." And then that head inflated, and Gary that was what he went by. And then what was funny was I would always tell my defense, and Gary played defensive line, and he was very much a good football player for us, and was one of our leading tacklers for a couple seasons there. And But yeah, out of all the things he could have described Gary by, it was a cat. These freaking cats that are like running around our house. Not cheetah. I love the term cheetah. Like, we have a cheetah package that we run out there, and we got some fast guys that were like Gary. So that's different. And that was over 10 years ago, and I love that you guys will have stories like that you can. Um, I would say that Butters is about. I mean, Butters is fast. Our cat Butters, he's fast. I mean, but he's not Gary fast. Like, I mean, Gary'd whip him and that's not Butters. That's Crazy Daisy. But anyway, that's it. Yeah, not a lion. We were tigers in high school, so I mean, not even a tiger. In that way. So it's funny. So hey, I don't know what I've been distracted about. Have I been distracted about anything? I mean, Gary came on to talk about a story. Like, this is a great place for football stories. So
you're just funny. You're just like,
yeah, I'm starstruck, man. I don't get to see Gary. Gary's off in Alaska, so like we don't really we don't get to converse as much as we probably would like to. But yeah, that's how it is. And it's very true. Coaches say things that stick with you forever. I don't know if I've said anything. I've probably said things to kids that made it stick, but I mean, I guess you never know. I don't really have any weird things, I guess, that I say, but I don't know. Anyway, that's hilarious. I'm just glad that Gary joined us tonight. I was trying to see, did I have any other? We all cleared up on Instagram over there. We good? Okay. But yeah, that's and there's many stories that me and Gary go back to. We used to play a lot of like Call of Duty and NCAA football back when that was actually a thing. We went through that kind of phase of our life and went through playing video games late at night. I was always the one that was I would fall asleep. And it's just like earlier, Amber caught me falling asleep. Gary will think this is funny, but like, I was sitting there, I was playing, Animal Crossing of all things, the game that Gary introduced me to back many years ago, original GameCube Animal Crossing, not on the Switch, we were in high school and so I'm sitting there playing Animal Crossing or whatever, doing tasks on there, and I just dozed off and fell asleep. And it's literally what I've been known for. So yeah, that was interesting. But Anthony had a good point. I have a nickname from high school coach that. And a saying that sticks with me. It almost goes through with everybody. I don't know what it is. I think it's just it's funny how it all works in that regard. So I don't know. It's a lot of fun to think back on those. And there's yeah, Vegas is a good one. Yeah, we had a kid named Vegas, and I want to say that he should know about the YouTube channel. I'm not sure how he knows about it, but he's commented on here before. I don't know how people have found me. Like, it's weird. I don't know. Like, I don't. It's funny. Like, I really thought, going into this many years ago, I would never I could just do this in secret and no one ever know. And no, that didn't work like that.
I had a kid, and I just love it. This year, he walks up and he says, "Saw you on YouTube." And I was like, "Oh, yeah?" He was like, "Yeah, Coach showed me how to do my gloves." And he just walked off.
See, like, kids are funny because it's like, the very first time that I ever got, like, recognized, I didn't even know it happened. But it was like when I was in college, I was student teaching. And I was at a big school, and you're talking about like a lot of kids that would know you. And then I got like a DM on YouTube back then when you could get direct messages on YouTube. and they were like, "Hey, I'm from this school or whatever, and you were out at my school the other day," and I was like, creepy. And then like we ran up to Branson, and the kid like approached me, and like I was in like the Nike store of all places, um, and he just approached me and like he's like, and I was UA Reviews at the time. That was the channel name.
To be fair, you're a lot more open now.
Yeah.
If someone came and talked to you, you'd be like, "Oh hey," but like
Yeah.
back then it was like,
And-
"Oh my gosh, you're."
And it's funny because like when I started coaching my second year coaching, there was a kid that came up that was, what was funny about it was he was a junior and was wanting to figure out stuff about football. And so he goes on YouTube and sees all these videos of me. Well, I had never conversed with this kid ever. And then he just approaches me one morning. I'm on like outside breakfast morning duty. And he comes up and he's like, "Hey, I saw your YouTube channel, your UA reviews." And I was like, "Yeah, And I was just like, I kind of played it off or whatever. And then literally it spread through the whole school. And you were talking about a real small school, and it just spread everywhere. And then, I had to field questions. The coaches I worked with, they kind of gave me crap about it a little bit. But it was fun in that regard. And then when I got to my most current school right now, it didn't take but maybe 4 months for kids to figure out who I was. So I have no idea how they found me, but it was different, and it's just been funny. Who is texting me? Oh, it's Gary. Let's see. What is it? Oh, my friend code.
We haven't got that one.
Yeah, we've not got the newest one yet, unfortunately. But
Soon.
I play Animal Crossing. I'll have to get on there, and we'll have to get it soon. We'll jump on there. That'd be fun. What was funny was Gary actually gave. I'm pretty sure Gary gave me his copy of Animal Crossing back in the day. And that was cool, I guess. And what it ended up not working after a while, and I had to get a different one. So I still have I've always kept that original copy, just because it was Gary's. That's right. So.
But when you're playing right now, it's Gary's?
No, well, the one that messed up was Gary's, and so I just always kept the box with the broken one, just as a good memento.
You
Still have 8 people?
Yeah, you might ask me any questions.
Do you guys have any other questions that you want to be asked on here, to be answered? We still got plenty of people in here, so I don't want to just make this about me and Gary, but this was fun to have him in here to talk about different things. It got people talking about different things about high school ball. Guys, I hope we get to play this year. That's kind of something that people was talking about earlier. With spring football being canceled, that's not really a big deal to me. There's actually Axel up here says it's mad that COVID took away our off season and spring ball. We lost probably 12 weeks worth of, weight training, which is going to be a big deal. But, that was, it's crazy. And I really wasn't, like, our spring football really isn't, it's hard to do spring football where we're at to really have it truly organized the way it should be. But, that's going to be, I just hope that we have plenty of time to get ready. And I don't think it'll really take much time to get ready. You just kind of get back into it. Conditioning will be hard this year. I think that'll be the thing that we'll see the most of, is just that. So, when's the next giveaway? Next giveaway is going to be next Saturday, same time, same place, unless we have anything that, unless we have something go up Saturday. If something does, if we're not on Saturday, we'll be on Sunday. So, Unknown Berserker says, and how much did you weigh in middle school, O-line, D-line? When I first started football, I played tight end and then got converted later on after that year to, I guess it was, tackle then. And that's where I stayed from then on. But I can't really remember that. I was probably like 160 or something. And then I can actually remember before I really started bulking up, I was like 175 or something at one point. And I was playing offensive tackle and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that was a long time ago though. But then I ended up bulking up a little bit. Inzer Baby says, I was looking at your shop, interested in the youth rib protector. Do they prevent movement or anything? Says, my son plays DN, OLB, so he takes a shot from other players pursuing. I would say, it doesn't really restrict any movement. It's really meant for quarterbacks. I mean, if you're concerned about I would say if you're concerned about rib injuries, rib protection, they make these shirts that pad the ribs a little bit. I would say probably outside linebacker would be okay. I feel like D line he'd lose some movement there. Um, that's just kind of a suggestion. Nike or Under Armour makes, like Anthony said, makes those shirts. There are other brands that make them as well. They provide a little bit of extra. They provide that extra rib support without having to get the vest and stuff like that. And there's actually I actually have a soft one too, that you just wear, and it would I don't know how young your son is, but like I've got another one that I don't have listed on there. It's a Riddell one. It's a cloth one, but it's got like a hard shell pad. It would probably be more likely for anybody. But anyway, that's kind of cool. So anyway, he's 8. Well, that probably, yeah, no problem. I've got some other ones on Sideline Swap that I've got some that need to go up on Sideline Swap. I wish I had it here. I'd show you. What it looks like. Let me go grab that right quick. And Amber, you're good. If you need to leave this place, you can go on. So. Okay. This is the one I was talking about. It's a youth medium, and I've had this for it's actually softer than I thought it was. It's a youth medium. I couldn't tell you it'd be for a little guy. I can't remember, I had like a 5th grade kid use this way back in the day, but he was a little bitty guy and played quarterback with it. It's actually probably been a few years since it's been used, but it was only used by that kid for literally one season. So he used it. It was kind of a lesser one, but yeah, it's kind of soft. It velcros in the front. It's flexible. This one isn't on there. But yeah, this one would be probably more general for most players. It's not real hard, and I would think, it's not going to really restrict a lot of movement. Some of the ones that restrict the movement, they're more for quarterbacks, or ones like this. I brought this one too, just to kind of show some differences. But this one's got it's got thicker padding on the inside, but I think this is a youth small. I had a real tiny kid wear this one, and he was tiny for his age, but he wore this one, but he was probably 70 pounds soaking wet. This is a good one. This is a real nice one because it's got a nice strap that secures over here, and you can actually make this one a little bit tighter there. But yeah, that's a good one too. And this one's also on there. This one might be the one you're talking about. It's a small as well. Plays regular season, then plays travel ball afterward. Yeah, it would be good. But I'll make you a deal on there if you like. I'll totally knock a few bucks off of it. If just tell me which one you're interested in, and I'll cut you a price right here. Um, okay, so this is. So you're interested in this one? This is a youth small. I'm really happy that you're here to get this one because I've really been needing to sell these because I've held on to them for so long, and they still sell these right now. Like I just saw them today, so I mean they still sell this exact one. So if you're interested in that one, we can totally make a price for. I don't even. Can I see my phone? Oh, it's right here. Sorry. Gary sent me the photo of us.
Oh, that's all.
So let me show you. Let me show you guys in the chat here, real quick. If I can get this pull up. The soft one is a youth medium, but the only thing I thought there is like, well, he's going to grow and he could grow with it a little bit, so that one might hold you off a little bit longer. Because I think the youth small is the smallest size they go. I don't know if they go any smaller than that. They might, but this one, I mean, we can try to compare them. I just think since this one's got these, it's gonna have a little bit more stretch. So like he can probably use this one for several years until he kind of grows out of it. Because the whole thing is just like he's just gonna wear this as kind of like a vest, and that'll hopefully assist you in that way. Butters, don't bite my foot, dude. So I can get this one on sideline swap. Let me check on there right quick and then see. I'll get you a price for it. Like is $10 okay? I mean, $10. I mean that's. I mean it's Riddell. I don't know how much it cost back in the day, but I would take $10 for it. Unknown Berserker. I have another son that's 6, so I can take both off your hands. So why don't we do this? Unknown Berserker, I'll get back to your question. Inzer, I will say... let me see how much I've got on that one, and then like what I'll do is we'll just make a package deal. And I'll just throw this one. So it's $15. How about this? All right. How about $15 gets them both? Why not? You can have them both. $15 you can get the because I mean I think mine's one of the lower prices on here. I'm kind of looking at other ones. So I try to stay on the cheaper end of stuff, but yeah, I'll throw that one in there. So I'm guessing, yeah, this is the one you were looking at here. But yeah, I'll throw that Riddell one in there. Like it'll be good. I'm just glad I can help out. I've got shoulder pads too. I just have to, ask a little bit more if you needed more shoulder pads and stuff. But I've got little bitty shoulder pads that seen very little use. What ended up happening was I kind of wholesale bought about 7 or 8 of these like real small, tiny youth shoulder pads. Ended up using them for some guys that I had that were real little playing like 4th and 5th grade ball. And so we can totally do that. I was going to show the chat what Gary had sent me. I don't know if Gary's still in the chat right now, but he had sent me this this photo of us back in the day. So this photo was after, I want to say this was like one of our first junior high wins that we had. I'll just, show that to you guys here. Wait, that's not, okay. I thought here's the camera. It's up here. I'm stupid. Sorry. I'm normally used to looking right here, but my iPad's actually filming this. But yeah, that's our photo back in the day. I'm obviously number 68 there, if you didn't know. And then, yeah, so that was a big win. We actually go back there this year. So hopefully that we can relive that magic. We go back and play that team we beat way back in the day, so we can relive some magic there. Um, we actually got to play them this year. Hopefully we get to play them. And then another funny thing, I just sent this to Gary. Back I sent this to Gary back in the day. And what another funny Gary story is, we had kind of like a business ed class together where we would kind of it's like your Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word kind of class where you learn how to do that stuff. And one of them we did a lot of Photoshop, and so we were really big when we love college football. We loved watching Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators. Heck, me and Gary went and watched Florida play Arkansas, and we got to see Tim Tebow, and so that was like a lot of fun. And honestly, like looking back, that was probably one of the best college football teams. Probably, I wouldn't say that ever been assembled, but was probably one of the best. And we got to see him live and in person. But what was funny in that class, Gary did a Photoshop image of him on the cover of Sports Illustrated as Tim Tebow with like Percy Harvin and Spikes. I can't remember the guy's first name. But yeah, that was something he made. And what was funny was I went back to that teacher at our high school and just last year, and I was going to borrow something from her, and this was in her closet. And she had left this up. It's literally a full-size poster just hanging up. Teo Spikes. Yeah. I forgot, but yeah, that was so that one was interesting. It's just funny, and it looks great, so that's awesome, and I like Gary's comment. Couple beasts right there, of course. I've got a lot of photos of me and Gary and stuff. Like I found this one back. I found this one I was looking for this photo because I knew Gary wanted to use it. Brandon Spikes? I don't remember. I know it was Spikes. I mean, I can remember the name. Played linebacker for them. So, anyway, this has been a lot of fun. So, guys, I appreciate everything tonight. It's been a lot of fun. This is probably one of the best live streams we've had to date. It's been a lot of fun being in here and talking to you guys. Yeah. I did have a question up here I wanted to get back to. I didn't want to leave Unknown Berserker out. He asked about, cleats I'd recommend for a lineman. I think earlier I talked about what are called the Nike Savage Elite TD cleats. There's like I want to say it's like Force Savage Elite or something, but there's like a lineman cut out there of those Savage Elite cleats that work well for linemen. So I would look into those. I'm not as familiar on really any of the other brands right now. I've just not been into cleats as much. I've not had much. I mean, I bought a pair of cleats for that last flag football season we did, but it's been so I've just not really got into that as much. So, Take a Man 30. Thanks for telling me. Yep, no problem. Yeah, I'm glad I could get everybody in here. We still got 6 people, so that's usually better than normal. I mean, I know we got some extra people in here. Not normally in here. Gary's usually not in here, but he's our special guest tonight. So that's been fun. But yeah, let me know, Inzer. Let me know on your on Sideline Swap. I'll get that out to you. Michael Vick has sales good lineman cleat. Yeah, you're exactly right. Gosh, Michael Vick. So, what's funny about this is, there's more stories. Like Gary got into the Michael Vick cleats. I mean, and we're talking about Michael Vick cleats before the dog fighting scandal. All right, and this was all that happened in because Michael Vick, he had some good cleats. All right, I mean, it's kind of like now how you have OBJ who has his own custom cleats that go for freaking $300. All right. Stupid. All right, Michael Vick's cleats were probably $60. All right, and it just and they were perfect for linemen. I mean, I had some. Gary had some. Yeah, it's awesome. I wish I still had them to this day. Because yes, Michael Vick had cleats. I'm telling y'all, the prices of stuff that they sell now is absurd. Like, you should not pay just because OBJ. Where's 300? Where's cleats? Well, he didn't buy them for $300 because $300 he could sneeze on. Okay, you know, I mean, we had Hibbett Sports and we didn't really have many places to buy cleats. To be completely honest with you. Can I borrow your drink? As she slowly brings it over to me with a grimace on her face. I don't know if they still have them. You should check on, definitely check like on eBay. I would be willing to look on eBay right now and see if they sell Michael Vick cleats. Nike. I don't even. I guess I probably just type in Michael Vick. Gary always brings up just the funniest stuff. Let's see. Michael Vick cleats football. Oh wow. Now, these are 2005. They say vintage. All right. Well, they're old enough to be vintage for 15 years. All right. We didn't have these. Let me show you. Y'all are going to think we're old, but we're freaking, yeah, we're old school. All right. I mean, cleats were different back then. Yeah. Cleats have gotten extremely overpriced. I'm just saying. That's the only thing I see is that pair. Now, I could be... Okay, now here's some more, but they say athletic shoes. He made shoes, too? Look at this. Now, these look like really old. There you go. Yeah, he's got... It's, right there. That was the logo. I remember that. See, he got these are. See, there's your Vic right there. Those were cool. But I can't find the cleats that we had, so I'm gonna have to dig. I'm gonna have to dig deep. Try to find these. 2006 Vic leather cleats. These look like a little bit. These look similar to what we had. Let me show these. Right there. They got those straps that go across. Cleats were different back then. I'll be honest with you. And you guys that are currently playing football, you're gonna find that, like, as stuff evolves over time, you're gonna find that, like, you almost stick to like a certain set of gear and a certain set of things that you really like. Like, to be honest with you, like, I haven't really changed much about like what I wear. Like, when I play like my little flag football stuff, like, I still wear not like things that I had back 10 years ago, but like some of the stuff that I had was very similar. Like, I don't know, it's just different. Like, there was a time like when I started to get older and I was like, I really hate like all of the stuff that like Nike comes out with. And I was just like, yeah, I don't like it. I got that way with Under Armour, and there was definitely a time where I wasn't into Under Armour anymore and really didn't care anymore, really about it. So, yeah, it was hard. So, and Anthony says stuck with the old UA highlight cleats, Swarm 2 gloves. Swarm 2s were great. I remember those. And I remember, back 4 or 5 years ago, those were big. So, Unknown Berserker, what's the best cleats you'd recommend that aren't expensive? Yeah, you're going to find some good cleats for under $80. Like, you're going to be able, like, you'll be able to do everything you can for that. Like, that's the thing. Like, I never really spent a whole crazy amount on cleats. There was always this sale that I went to over in another town that like I would get cleats for $40, and they might have been a year old. Like they were cleats that didn't sell in the previous football season that were like over $100. I would encourage you guys to like look for that stuff. Like look for things that are on sale. Like you know don't get the thing that's gonna get the clicks on Instagram. I'm sorry if that's like what you think is cool, but like I know for me, like that's not what I'm looking for. So that's just kind of part of it. So just think about it from that perspective. So it's different. Okay, it's just uh okay. Gary had a question up here. Has your chat ever heard of the game Beast 10? I don't have the game Beast 10 with me right now. Um, Beast 10 is basically a bootleg version of. It's not bootleg in that regard, but basically what we did was Gary made a custom cover for like your basically for one of our NCAA games, and it was us on the photo of it, like as the cover athlete. So it's kind of cool. And instead of NCAA 10 or whatever, it was Beast 10. So I don't have it. I still have it. It's just at my mom's house, and I've never went and got it. So eventually, one day, I'll bring that stuff. I've got to eventually bring all that back, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm glad he said that. Um, uh, Nicholas says, "Do you recommend Under Armour highlight cleats for defensive line?" Yeah, that's a good one for defensive linemen. It's still going to allow you to be fast. Still going to allow you to play the position and not they're still going to work for you. Um, I like what you said there, Anthony, on your motto there. That's kind of how I am. Like, there's stuff that like I really enjoyed. Like, there's stuff that I still have in my closet from when I played football in college. Like, I mean, I just haven't got rid of it. I still wear the stuff every now and then. So I mean, it just never really got out of there. I don't know. But yeah. Oh man, guys, I've had a lot of fun on this thing, and I just encourage you guys to come back in next weekend. We're gonna probably go for Saturday again. Like I said, if we have something come up, we'll shoot for Sunday. But like that's kind of where we're going. We'll have some more things to give away then, and I just want to encourage you guys to stick around throughout the whole thing. And we give away a lot of gear, and we're going to continue to do this for a while. So we're looking to do that. So yeah. Where do you think is the best place to buy football cleats? I've got another photo to here, but best place to buy cleats personally, like I like Dick's Sporting Goods. If you've got that in your area, like I've bought at least one pair there. Like they usually run some pretty good sales. I think I like Academy Sports. If you're in the United States, at least Academy Sports is a good one to buy football cleats like that. They like right now they've probably got sales going on, and they're not shut down for quarantine. So you can definitely. Nicholas says how to train my stance in the quarantine. I'm gonna have videos out on stance and stuff, but it's probably gonna take a few weeks for me to get all that stuff together. So I would just come back at a later time, and we can discuss some of that stuff. So let me show you guys some more stuff on here from Gary. Gary just messaged me these. This is a photo of us playing. Eventually, he from defensive line he moved back to linebacker, and I'm down there playing defensive line too. There's a good photo of us back in the day. You can see our gear setups there. We're swaggy back then. You know, we were different. You know, yeah. I wish we would have had the channel around back when me and Gary were in high school. It'd be fun. And here's the same game. I'm pretty sure it's the same game. Yeah. There's us at the coin toss. Out there's captains. So there's that one. Yeah, unknown. That's a academy's my favorite place to go. Um, yeah. Um, if I don't get a haircut soon, the afro's coming back. All right, 10 years later, the afro's coming back. You know, the salons have really got to get opened a little bit quicker here, so I can go get me a haircut. So, but yeah, the afro was rocking back then. So, that's fun. I'm glad I'm getting this. Like, I love this stuff. We need, you know what? I need this photo. This photo needs to go like right here because I've got a new setup that I'm doing here. I need to include some high school stuff in here. So, um, there's an idea for a stream or something. Some of us have us send in photos or see how stuff has changed from when you played to when I played. Yeah. Hey, right now I could go get like everything that I had and just show you guys how different stuff is. Like it's insane. Like you guys would be amazed with what we used. And you would just be like you young guys, I'm sorry. Like you guys are in a great time for football. Like we were, and that's the thing. Like it wasn't like it was hard times for us. Like we had football gear and stuff, and I really feel like when we were around, we we probably used a lot of the similar stuff. Like the last, I mean, I played college, but like high school was better than college. I'm just gonna be honest with you. High school is way better, in my opinion. Like I would, if I had it any other way, I would probably go back and maybe change some of my decisions. I would probably stick it out and try to play college. But at the end of the day, I made the right decision. Um, do you speak Portuguese? I do not. Unfortunately, I do not. Um, but I think what's funny is, but yeah, we could totally go through some of the gear we had. Here's a good, and Gary just sent a great photo of what it was like, and you guys will probably see some similarities between us. Um, so we had original. Um, Gary sent us some good photos here to use, but like just looking at our helmets, it's kind of blurry in the photo, but um, we've got the original, the Revo. It's the Revolution from Riddell. We actually still have a few of those helmets in our like. You guys know I coach at the high school I went to, so we still have some of those helmets around. I'm actually saving some of them this year because they're 10 years old. So after 10 years, those helmets just go away. But I'm gonna hold on to a few of them, kind of for like some man. I've been requested to keep some for man caves and stuff like that by different people. So I was gonna go through this photo with you guys on our stuff. One thing that I've wanted to always get is I've wanted to make like a recreation of my high school helmet, which I don't like. My high school helmet's not like, well, I don't have that, but I can probably get something pretty close to it. I had a big grill, kind of like the big face mask. Gary had kind of the what I would kind of call I don't know. Some of you guys might know off of playing NCAA. It's kind of that Revolution running back style face mask with the eye guards. Um, Me and Gary kind of had a similar setup with sleeves. I kind of like the half sleeves. Gary was kind of a half sleeve guy as well. We always played kind of late. This was late in the year from what I remember. I'll actually center this up so you can see it. Gary's rocking a towel. Gary played tight end. Um, you know, I did have a big helmet, but I mean it is a large. Um, but yeah, I just like I want to recreate this. So that was That was interesting. And I've also got like an Under Armour little forearm sleeve. Um, there's like a little padded sleeve there. I remember that. The hair is extra padding. Yep. Um, I mean, I've got everything down to like my I've got my jersey. I mean, I bought my jersey too as well. I've got these Under Armour gloves. I've still got those. I'm not sure what Gary. I think Gary had Under Armour gloves too, but I really can't tell from the photo there. Maybe this one will. There's some. Here's some other ones. Here's a better. Here's a better picture of me. Um, Revolution shells are. Yeah, they were just big helmets. They're still big. They're still big helmets today. But yeah, here's another one. Here's our white jerseys. I even have my. We still like we do a good job of keeping game pants. Like every about 5 years, our school will buy new football uniforms, and so I was able to find my high school pants, and they're just sitting out in the garage. And the reason I know they're mine was because I wrote the number 68, my number inside them. I still have those today. So yeah, there's me. Um, I recommend. I really like the Nike. What are they? The D5, D6 Combat. Not okay. Combat or the Under Armour gloves. Um, I can't remember. I think they're called DTAC gloves. Unknown. They're going to be. Those are good gloves for you guys. And then here's a good one. Um, my mom took me and Gary and my cousin to see Tim Tebow, and we play. Not we, but yeah. Here's a great photo. We weren't this close. I'm just going to tell you that we weren't this close, but we knew a guy that had his camera, and he took some really amazing photos of this game. Um, and I don't know how much that stuff's out there even shared, but there's some great photos of Tim Tebow because we just requested that guy to take some photos there. There's some, I mean, there's some good stuff in there. I mean, those are some pros right there. Um, Best glove for D line, I just kind of talked about it, the DTAC glove from Nike. Um, Either the DTAC 5, stuff like that are good one. And then here's a great one. This is from prom. Here's a non football one. I've thought about the same thing, Anthony. I've thought about doing that the stuff to hang up, like get like a shadow box or something, and do that. So, um, Mathis says, "What would you recommend for a guy who wants to get into a college team?" I'd recommend going to camps. You know, trying to connect with coaches, um, going to like colleges that you can think that you can have a legit shot at going to. Like like that would be just my suggestion. If they have like a like a high school camp, a combine that you can go to, those are all good things. So we have 8 people watching. I'm so intrigued that we still have people joining in here late, but we've had a lot of fun. Um, so yeah, it's been fun. I as much as I really enjoy, um, man, this has just been fun. Um, that's awesome. Oh man, so I really want to like we had some good content here. Like I really like the idea, and I think something that I would like to do is to like make a excuse me. It's like maybe do like a video of like the stuff I used in high school. What's funny is like I've always done gear here on this channel, but what's funny is people think like when I do these videos, they think I'm like a high school kid or something, which I'm 28 years old. And it's just, it's just different, man. It's, people think like, oh, you're not qualified to talk about quarterbacks. It's like, well, I coach football. So, I mean, I can be, I'm qualified for a lot of things. Um, all right. Here's a good photo, of us in high school here. So let me share this one. One day I'm gonna have to break out the highlight the basically our game videos. I'm gonna have to break those out one day and break them down. But here we go. So let me. So there's me right there, white sleeve. Gary's number 80, and we're blocking this cat down. Um, I think this was like kind of the drive that won the game in this one. You know, we ran the wishbone offense back then. Freaking good at it. We were for many years, and we were actually one of the last teams to. We weren't one of the last teams to run it, but because there were a few teams that came after us that were still we were still a wishbone school. But I mean, we always had good quarterbacks that could run the option well, and our backs were just horses, and you had just a strong offensive line up front. Um, Mathis, it'll be up again. You'll just have to you'll basically when I end the live stream, it'll take just a little bit to basically go back, and then you can rewatch the whole thing. I played left tackle. I kind of bounced between right and left tackle a little bit. Um, so here's another one of us breaking the huddle or whatever. These are all good photos and stuff. There's some other ones. The wishbone always seems to give people problems, no matter what. I mean, here's the thing: like nobody freaking runs the wishbone today. Like honestly, I would want to go out and run the wishbone. Um, to be honest, it's just different. Here's another one. I'm standing right there, closest to you in the huddle, and then Gary's right behind me, getting the play in. So yeah. It's different. That was against the rivals right there. So, but yeah, it's interesting stuff. I would love to go back and kind of break a lot of that stuff down. Um, yeah, the crazy thing that I've noticed about football and stuff is it's just like everything kind of cycles through. Like stuff that goes on right now, as far as like offensive scheme was popular, 30 years ago. And it seems that, you know, things just kind of come back and stuff. All right, so here's some more good ones, and I think these are gonna be Gary's last ones. These are some Gary photos here. Gary had him a couple touchdowns, and another quick Gary story I can remember, and he'll remember this too. I think he will at least. I remember one day we were in a summer workout or something. We were hanging out by our trucks or whatever, and he's like, we're talking about like our upcoming football year. It was our senior year. He had fully been converted to tight end, and so he was excited about playing tight end receiver. And we didn't throw the ball much, in high school. But I would say probably our senior year we threw the ball more than any team that I had played on, to be honest. Well, junior year, yeah, I will. There was an injury. Gary got converted junior year, I should say. But basically going into senior year, he was our starting tight end. And this photo here, sums up. Gary had him some touchdown catches. I can remember sitting outside of our trucks and Gary being like, I'm going to average, he's like, his goal was to average 50 yards, a game and so forth. So, but yeah, there's one of him catching touchdown right there. I think that would have been homecoming night. And then here's this one. It's kind of harder to see, but I'll zoom it in here. This was when Gary was playing defensive line senior year. That was against Perryville. I remember that one. What was funny was you might remember their running back. He was on when I played down there in college. Like I played with that guy from Perryville. I've got him on Facebook today actually too. We were friends in college a little bit, but yeah. There's Gary sacking the quarterback there, and that was a sacked fumble. That ended up getting us in scoring position real late. We'll have to we'll have to get in there and watch some of that stuff. It's all over here in this shelf. And one day I'm actually gonna. This is actually a big project of mine. Is I'm wanting to get, and I'll tell Gary this too. But like one of my projects that I'm wanting to do at school is to get like every game film that we have at the school, like stuff that's on VHS tapes, and get it converted over digitally. Because we've got stuff that's sitting around from like the 80s in just shoe boxes. So I've got stuff that I'm working on that stuff and getting it cleared up. So that's going to be something I'm going to do eventually, is to get a lot of our high school's game film on YouTube somehow. So, yeah, Gary, it's been fun with you in here. I'm glad you joined in with us. We talk football pretty much every week in here. We talk a lot about football gear. We talk some coaching stuff, but most of my guys that watch have been watching my channel for a long time. I've only started going into some of the coaching stuff here in the last few years, which I'll say that the football gear stuff definitely gets more views than the coaching stuff right now. But I definitely want to thank Gary for being in here tonight and sharing some of these great memories that we had from high school ball. And there's many things. There's other things that we could talk about as well. Do a nose guard gear video. Yeah. I know I've got a defensive line one, so that one will cover for nose guards for KJ there. So just make sure to. I've got that. You can find that on my top 5 videos. I've got some top 5 gear for defensive linemen. So and I do one for defensive tackles. So like there's one for defensive ends, there's one for defensive tackles, and so forth. So we've got all that. So guys, I just want to thank everybody for being in here tonight. I'm gonna finally sign off of here. It's been fun. I want to thank everybody for being in here tonight. I want to thank our giveaway winners. Those will be shipped out. If you're one of the giveaway winners, you need to make sure that you contact me through Instagram so we can get out your stuff to you this week. You should really expect that stuff to come in probably around 5 to 7 days or so. I want to thank Amber being our moderator in here when she was working, and then obviously our special guest Gary, who made a special appearance in here without us knowing. But yes, it's been a lot of fun in here, and I will definitely stay in touch with everybody throughout the week. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me. You can join our Discord link. We can talk Discord stuff. I know there were some people that just posted in there just right now. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody. I'm Mr. Football, and we will see you guys next Saturday at 7 p.m. Same time, same place. Got some more stuff to give away. We will see you guys then. And yeah, thanks. Mr. Football out. We got to figure out how to shut it off now.